the opportunity for growth is limitless because
Exactly.
only a third of podcasts are hosted by women currently.
Yeah. And women want to hear from other women. We do.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know what experiences other women have, and we want to hear their stories. Welcome to Purposeful Podcasting. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Krystal. This podcast is meant to share how we and other entrepreneurs bring together purpose and passion to leverage profit in our businesses.
We are shining a light on adventure-loving, purpose-driven, action-minded, authentic, and rebellious entrepreneurs.
Just like us.
So join us as we talk about business and life and everything in between. Hello there, and welcome to this episode of Purposeful Podcasting. I'm Wendy, and I'm here with Krystal. For the first time, I'm just saying her name and not waiting for her to say it. And we're actually here to talk about a topic that is really near and dear to our hearts, and that is why women need to podcast. I will start this by saying I have been righteously indignant today, having just heard a male celebrity say that women reach their peaks, or they're in their prime, in their 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. And I'm sure you're like, well, what does that have to do with podcasting? Oh, it has a ton to do with podcasting. Mm-hmm. And that is what we're going to get into right now. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, Krystal.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, when we were really talking about this week's episode, which has been on the docket for some time now, it's, why more women should podcast and why we feel so passionate about this. And then this story came up and we were like, oh, now we really have to double down because we were pissed. Because this is why more women need to podcast, because we need more women's voices in the world adding value to the conversation so that more people know that we exist. Because I think people forget that we exist long past our 40s. Oh my gosh, if we peak that means you're done and I'm almost done.
I can't even tell you how much that pisses me off. I will say that I am very proudly 57 years old. And does that mean my life ended 20, 30?
A long time ago, apparently.
Oh my gosh, no way. And I am so emphatic that my life actually did not begin until I hit 50. It doesn't take away from my childbearing years. It doesn't take away from, my relationship years. It just means that the older we get, we feel more comfortable in our skin. And it's really about time that everyone realize this. Life does not end at any given time. Oh my gosh, this really has me so pissed off. Yep. And I think about it, and it's like, how can you say that someone hits their prime in their 20s? What do they do for the rest of their effing lives? I just...
Oh gosh, that sounds so depressing to me.
It's
like people who peak in high school.
Well, that's exactly what I was... We share the same brain on this one. Yes. The best years of my life happened when I was, 14 to 18. Holy crap. That's just, no, that's
depressing. Depressing.
Oh my gosh. And it's so intriguing to me because we have the opportunity and really a fairly low barrier for entry to speak our mind, to say what we feel, to share our passion. For a lot of what we do, that is with female entrepreneurs, but it actually could be anyone who has a passion on a topic. It's like you sit down in front of a computer and you have some sort of a recording device, and you have a microphone and you just speak.
Yeah, it's such a great way for people to express their views on things and share their stories. And I think that we all can agree that stories are the things that shape so much of our culture and our worldview. And I think that when you think about bigger topics that we are constantly engaging in the world, it is the stories that shape those conversations that really are going to make those decisions in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
It's not laws, it's not black and white commentary and objectivity, it's stories. And I think that a lot of people who have very harsh worldviews on anything today, it's because they're lacking empathy behind it, and it's because they're lacking a story behind it. And so if you really want to make big impacts in the world, we have to share more stories. And
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about what the hell is wrong with the world today, it really, in my opinion, is because we are having a lack of representation and women's views in the world. And it's because we're not confident enough to share our stories. And so that's what we want to change. And that's, in my mind, one of the biggest reasons why women should start a podcast. Okay, let's talk about that. Why, if you were to break it down, number one reason why a woman should start a podcast. Go.
Well, because we have something to say. I think about it, and I've joked about this, that if I wasn't doing this podcast, I would have done a podcast on my love of professional football. I would be interviewing football players because this has been a passion of mine since I was 12 years old. Because I'm old, that was a long time ago. Or I would do a podcast on another passion. I love Hallmark movies. I would happily do reviews of Hallmark movies all the time because I do them in my head.
Because you do them in your head.
I think we have fortunately found a happy balance about talking with our podcast of how do you take purpose, passion, and also incorporate the ability to earn a profit. And I think that that's an absolutely amazing opportunity. So why do a podcast? Because it opens the door to a world that you may never have known existed. We've talked about it adding accelerant to the fire that already exists in terms of expanding your world. And I think that it builds community, for God's sake. And you can never. And going back to what you said about the ability to share your story is so important. And especially, I think, as female entrepreneurs, we have stories to tell. What we do, probably someone else also does. What makes us unique, authentic, real, is what we personally bring to it. And we have the ability to speak our voice and share our stories. No two people have the same stories. No two people walk in the same shoes. And being able to share in that way, I think, is so incredibly important.
I agree. And it's empowering. And representation matters. It's empowering for yourself because as you do it, for as we have done it, we have gained confidence. We have been able to open doors that were not open to us prior to. We have been able to figure things out along the way. But likewise, I believe that our podcast demonstrates what is possible for other women. And by nature of that has encouraged other people to start their podcast, to share their voices, to share their worldviews. And it helps amplify that. And you said it before, a podcast is a low barrier to entry, but there are like things that you have to figure out along the way. There's research, there's tech, there's other things and aspects that can go too with it. You guys, it's so empowering and so confidence building to be able to put something like this together and then put it out into the world. I remember the excitement I felt when we launched our first episode and just how gratifying that felt, that not only did we do it, we did it well. And when I listened to the playback, I'm like, wow, we actually sounded really good. And it's more like, if they can do it, so can I. I think that people think that podcasters or people who do these things operate like up on a pedestal, and we don't at all. It's just that we took the first step. We just showed up.
Exactly. I would love to challenge us. Oh, I just had this thought. I want to help 1,000 female entrepreneurs to launch their podcast in the next.
Oh, I will join you with that mission.
I think it's so important. And I was reading something really interesting earlier today about how influencers, social media influencers, are predominantly female, and how they earn actually more than their male counterparts as influencers. Well, I challenge that a podcaster is even more of an influencer, because it's not just selling, in a lot of cases, your physical wrapping, but rather what's in your head and what's in your heart. And in no way am I dissing influencers on social media, because that's not really, I'm just saying that if that can be such a predominantly female area, then why not podcasting? I think that there's a vulnerability in that. I think that's what the world needs. I can't say that enough. That's what the world needs. And
I agree. And the opportunity for growth is limitless, because only a third of podcasts are hosted by women currently.
Yeah. And women want to hear from other women. We do. We want to know what experiences other women have, and we want to hear their stories. And it's so important for us to share. I want to challenge all of our listeners to show, especially that we have not hit our prime, anywhere close to it. We have not hit our prime. And frankly, I don't expect to hit my prime until probably they're about ready to roll me into the ground.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm just getting started.
Exactly. God, I haven't been this pissed in a while. And the more I sit on it, the more pissed I get. Be sure to download our guide, because we have a guide, and we will make sure that the link is in the show notes.
The link is in the show notes. And if you guys have any questions about launching your podcast, be sure to shoot us a DM, grab the guide. It's Purposeful Podcasting. So it's your guide to purposeful podcasting. So all of the things that tend to hold women back. What should I talk about? We have a list of over 100 ideas on what to podcast about. What tech is involved? We list all that out for you too. Where should I go to launch my podcast? All of that is listed in there as well. This is your guide, because again, we just want more women voices out in the world. Yes. So, and if you'd like more information, shoot us a DM, shoot us an email, and we will get back to you, because we feel very, very strongly about just this.
Mind-blowingly
strongly about this. A podcast gives you the ability to unleash your voice, to put your story out in the world, and therefore make room for other people. It is what I told Wendy the day. I said, all I really want to do is stake my flag in the ground and not let anybody take this little plot of land away from me. And I do that through my podcast. I do that through sharing my voice here. And it is incredibly empowering, and I'm not likely to let it go anytime soon.
That's exactly the way it needs to be. Absolutely the way it needs to be. It is time for women to embrace that we have opinions, that we have thoughts, we have a voice, and we need to share it.
Yep.
Thank you for listening. And we'll see you
until next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating.
But only if you liked it. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself.
You can learn more about Purposeful Podcasting on our website at serendipitousrebel.com.
And if you have topics you'd like to hear about, be sure to submit them on our website or DM us on social media.